Parents, how are you doing? Welcome to the YouTube channel HealthQ, the place where my mission is to motivate you to look at the brighter side of the health. In previous video on cerebral palsy series, I showed you the simple ways with which you can make your child to come to sitting position from sleeping position. In today's video, I would be showing you some of the simple positions of sitting that is good for your child's development. So I hope you're excited about this video. If yes, make sure to like this video. Again, with me today is my daughter Alicia. Say hi, Alicia.
Hi.
She is going to help us in showing what are the right sitting postures. So let's begin. So when a child is suffering from cerebral palsy, there is weakness in the neck muscles and the back muscles, which makes the child's ability to sit independently difficult. More different sitting postures that you introduce to your child, the more he will develop in a better way. So here are some of the postures that are good for your child, but while I'm showing you this posture, I'll also keep you explaining what are the pros and cons and what are the things that you should keep in mind while your child is sitting in this particular posture. So the first posture that a child can sit on is a kneel sitting position. Alicia, kneel sit. So as you can see, this is a very good position, kneel sitting, in which the child is able to develop control in the neck and spine muscles. But there are few things that you should keep in mind when a child is sitting in this position. The first and the most dangerous one is child has a pretty much high tendency of sitting in a W sitting position. Now, how you can prevent this W sitting position to happen? So the first thing that you can do is instructions. If your child is little older, say more than 3 years of age, then he will be having pretty much understanding about what all position he should avoid, what all position he should not sit in. So constantly teaching your child and encouraging your child to avoid W sitting position is the first thing that you can do. The second thing that you can do is you can place a TheraBand or else 2 pillow on the side while child is sitting in this position. So the another way with which you can prevent the W sitting posture adaptation in your child is by keeping 2 pillows or bolster or else a blanket roll on the side of your child, so that this will prevent the child to spread or else split his legs as he is having more tendency to do. Now again, there are a lot of other ways you can get creative in it. You can find your own techniques of avoiding this, but this is very important that W sitting should be prevented as much as possible. The second problem that in this position child may face is he might not be able to withhold this position for long period of time, because this is a difficult position to maintain. There is a constant work that is required from the abdominal muscle as well as back muscles. Hence, make sure that you give enough breaks in between to your child. So for example, if you want your child to stay in this position for an hour, give 15 minutes break in middle so that he can rest and then come back to normal. But more he adopts and more he tries on this position, more better it is. Second thing that you can adopt or say encourage your child to do is keeping the hand either on the side or else over the knee. This also develops some pushing ability in your child, which is lacking, because mostly CP child have the tendency to keep the hands bent and they have got very less pushing ability. Keeping the hand over the legs is a very good way to encourage the pushing ability in the child. Another way you can do is when the child is sitting in this position with some support on the side, you can place a table or some stool that is allowing the child to play around. So this will develop interest and the child will be able to withhold this position for a long time. Another way you can do is when a child is sitting in this position, keep television, video game, anything that he likes watching or else listening to, so that when he is alert and his mind is diverted to some other thing, he would be able to withhold this position for a long period of time. So that was the position number 1. The second way of sitting is the side sit position. Again, in this, giving some support to your child is very necessary as they have the tendency of falling back, and since there is no pushing mechanism present in mostly older kids like who have passed 6 years of age or 5 years of age, they lack this pushing ability, and that's why giving a support on the side where his hand can be rested, this is a very good way to maintain this position for a long period of time. This position is also very comfortable and Here, one hand of the child is free. So whenever any hand which is not functioning well as the other side and you want to train more hand activity with one hand, you can keep this free and encourage the child to play with different objects using this hand. This is a very good way to encourage both side orientation, but make sure to adopt this position on both the sides, not only stay on one side, because that develops one side dependency. So that has to be avoided in this. The second con, you can say, or else problem with this position is, since this is a little unstable position, the child tends to fall back when they are not able to withhold. So sometimes if you feel that there is a need, you can keep a pillow behind the child and create a corner like this. So this is also a very good way in which the child can maintain, and you can also keep a toy behind, or else you can ask your child to touch their hand. Alicia, you have to give me high five back. Yes, high five. Yes, and come back. Again do it. So as you can see here, I'm encouraging the turning movement for the child. So this helps again the spinal development. So that was position number 2. Now let's move on to position number 3. The next position is crossed leg sitting. In this position, make sure that the child keep his hand down. This enables the pushing ability. You can also make the child to do push-ups like this. Alicia, try to do push-ups. Yes, very good. Do more, do more. So this encourages pushing ability, at the same time also enables the spine to be more productive in terms of contraction. One more good way of movement that can be added in this exercise is, Alicia, sit straight. Try to keep a hand and ask your child to be as tall as possible. Alicia, try to become tall, tall, tall. Yes. So when you do this, automatically the child will work towards being erect and will work on the spine muscles. The core muscles will be working in this position. The next good sitting position for the child is sitting erect over a bolster or else a foam roll. Here the legs are split well. Make sure that the legs are in bent position. They are well apart. Spine is straight. Spine is straight. And then you can encourage the child to play along with some toys in front, keeping a table, or else encouraging to have a conversation with your child, or else sitting on your child and asking your child to give a high five. That's how you can train your child to turn from one side to other side sitting in this position. Another good thing about this position is, especially for the spastic diplegic child who have the tendency of scissoring the legs or else crossing the leg, this gives good opportunity to keep the legs apart. At the same time, their legs are relaxed also. They are not much in tension. So this is a very good position to adopt. Now moving to the next position, and that is corner sitting position. Yes, so as you can see right now, I've just made a corner with the help of 2 bolsters. You can also use an corner or also any side of your house which has a corner where your child can sit like this. You can give some additional support to give or make your child erect. Make sure that the legs are as apart as possible, and then you can keep some toys in front so that the child's hand is free to play around with this. This is also a very good position to encourage spine erectness, and also this prevents the crossing of the leg that happens. Make sure that in this position child do not fall on any side, or else don't lean on any side. Leaning is not good, so that's why giving additional support or else toy which encourages the child to come forward is a good idea to do. And now coming to the last position, and that is, now chair is also one good tool for your child to sit. Now there are few things you should keep in mind when you make your child sit on a chair. Now when a child is spastic, he will have tendency to lean the upper body backward and then stretch the leg forward, and then gradually he will fall down. So this has to be avoided. So how you can avoid this? First, make sure that the leg are totally in 90-90 position. That means the chair should not be too long or else too high, nor too short. both way it's not fine. If this is a 90 degree position maintained well, then it is fine to go. Second thing, there should be a good armrest on the side which enables the child. So when the child is sitting, you have to wrap around a cloth or else a belt in order to make sure that the child doesn't lean forward and fall or else lean backward and fall. It's good if the chair is having little raised support so that the head is also well supported. So few things to be added on in this positioning technique. There are special chairs that are available for CP child which you can buy and keep in use, which are much more designed that enables relaxation at the same time correct position. Certain chairs are like corner chair, CP relaxation chairs. I'll put certain links in the description and you can just watch and get an idea about what kind of chairs I'm talking about. That is one thing. Second thing that I would like to tell you is no one size fit all approach exists here. Every child has a special need, special adaptation required. So make sure to adopt this position, but you can make few changes according to your child's need, and also ensure that the child is staying comfortable and relaxed whenever he is sitting. If the child is not at all comfortable, he is tight, he is getting stiff, then there is no point in doing this exercise. And the last thing that you should keep in mind is never ever keep a child in one position for long, which means more than 1 hour, because that puts one particular muscle for an elongated position for a very long time and it leads to fatigue or else tiredness. So constantly expose your child in different positions. So change the position every 30 minutes. Encourage the child to play around inside the house but in the floor, as that develops the sensory inputs and sensory development and also enables the child to figure out his own ways of movement and mobility. So friend, this was a video explaining certain sitting positions that you can introduce to your child once he develops neck control. I hope you found this video helpful. If yes, make sure to like this video, share this video with your friends and family member, and do not forget to subscribe to HealthQ channel. I'll see you in another video. Thank you.